You know what's strange? Some people don't become distant because they stopped caring. They become distant because they cared so much for so long that something in them finally decided it was safer not to. It doesn't happen all at once. There's no dramatic decision. It's more like a slow, quiet recalibration. One day you're the person who always texts back first, who checks in, who drives across the city because someone needed you. And then, somewhere, across months or years of that effort landing in a void, you stop, not because you hardened, because you learned. Psychologists call this emotional detachment, but that term doesn't quite capture the texture of it. It's not coldness. It's not indifference. It's a very intelligent nervous system drawing a very reasonable conclusion. The cost of staying open keeps outweighing the return. And once that conclusion is drawn enough times, the body starts enforcing it automatically. Here's what's worth understanding. The brain's threat detection system, centered in the amygdala, doesn't distinguish between physical danger and emotional danger. Repeated experiences of being let down, dismissed, or quietly abandoned register as a pattern. And the brain, which is above all else a survival organ, responds to patterns. It starts creating distance not as punishment, but as protection. What makes this so hard to see from the outside is that people who've gone quiet often look fine. They function well. They're capable, composed, even warm in short doses. But underneath that composure is a very clear, very private boundary between what they show and what they feel. And that boundary didn't appear out of nowhere. It was built, brick by brick, from every time they were too much and every time they asked for something and got nothing back. Researchers who study attachment theory describe this pattern as the shift toward avoidant coping. It's not a flaw in personality. It's an adaptive strategy, one that often develops quietly in people who once had an enormous capacity for connection, but whose environment kept penalizing them for it. And here's the part that rarely gets said out loud. Going quiet isn't the same as giving up. For a lot of people, it's the first real act of self-respect they've ever allowed themselves. The first time they decided that their emotional energy was worth something, that not everyone deserves access to the full version of them. That shift isn't an ending. It's often the beginning of something more honest. A quieter life, yes, but a truer one. But a truer,